Hi, I'm Polly Jean Harrison from the Fintech Times, and I'm here at Money 2020. Would you introduce yourself for us, please?
Sure, my name is Soren. I'm the Chief Growth Officer at the BankingCircle Group.
And could you just tell us a little bit more about BankingCircle and kind of things that you do?
Yes, the BankingCircle Group is an ecosystem, and it consists of a range of companies. At the core is the BankingCircle Bank that offers accounts, payments, and FX. Around the bank is then a rich set of additional propositions or applications, if you will. We offer lending in one, cards and business payments in the other. That's called B2B payments. We offer account-to-account payments with SEPA Express, and finally, business-to-business buy now, pay later at Biller. So think of us as an ecosystem of propositions for payment companies, for marketplaces, and for banks.
Amazing. So let's just get right into it. What is bank rebundling, and why should fintechs be taking notice?
Right. Well, being a fintech our own and looking at the sector as a whole every day as we speak to fintechs, what we found is that the fintech industry, fintech sector, is moving into a new stage, if you will, where some of these fintechs are being rebundled. Mm-hmm. So originally, a fintech was looking at a universal bank's value chain, identifying a specific part of that value chain that fintech could do better with strong analytics, strong customer services, strong financial backing, and strong execution ability. Some of those features have now turned into real platforms. Take Stripe as an example. Stripe last year processed more volumes than the entire internet economy back in 2010. So some of these companies are growing really huge, and they're becoming platforms. Now, as they become platforms, they also eye opportunities to rebundle, to basically create a rich set of propositions around their clients. And that's what we think of as rebundling. That can happen through partnerships, it can happen by building, or it can happen by acquiring companies, or a combination, of course.
Yeah, and I think this is a really interesting topic, because I know sort of when we were thinking about the dawn of fintech, perhaps we were talking about the unbundling of banks and finance, and now we're right back into the rebundling.
Right. Yes.
And it's such an interesting sort of ecosystem and topic to think about entirely.
True.
Yeah, and so is it just a tick-boxing exercise, do you think, to ensure you stack up well against the competition, or does rebundling bring other benefits, for their customers as well as the entities themselves?
Well, first of all, I think it's a natural evolution. If you look at software 20 years ago, this happened as well. Look at Oracle or look at SAP. They rebundled as well as they saw an opportunity to enrich the customer experience, the client experience as well. So I think it's a very natural part of evolution that this happens. And I do think that it enriches the overall value that fintech brings to clients, because you will have a range of synergies as you rebundle. First of all, you will have operational synergies. So take our example of how we are able to integrate the companies that we buy into our platform, but also the commercial synergies, the ability to actually cross-sell onto the respective companies or propositions client bases. But finally, what we see is there is innovation synergies. When you bring companies together that are really strong in their respective areas and their ability to deliver strong customer propositions, you will see new innovation efforts commence, and that's what we're seeing in several cases as well. So overall, I believe this enriches the value for the customer.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And so what are some of the solutions from the ecosystem that are being bundled together by the larger institutions? Can you give us any specific examples?
Yes, so there's a multitude. So take Square's establishment of a group that they call Blocks, and they adding Afterpay into it. Or take how Stripe indeed have been adding much more of propositions to their platforms, including fraud detection, cybersecurity, and cards as well. Or take Klarna, how they have added Stocard as a company to their platform, and indeed Price Runner as well. So there is a lot of opportunity and a lot of examples of how these companies have effectively created that on top of that platform additional services, and we see that grow. We see more and more examples actually.
Fantastic. And so I guess my final question to you is, what's next? Where do fintechs even start? If they want to get in on the rebundling action, how do they do it?
Well, I think it's important, first of all, that this doesn't become a move towards highly diversified conglomerates. That's not what we want. That's not what anybody's asking for, I believe. I think what's important is to identify opportunities of relevant complementary solutions that you can add on to your platform with additional operational and or commercial synergies. So I believe each company must establish for themselves what makes sense to augment to their platform and how.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
I will, and likewise.